Hey everybody, I'll make this walkthrough just as short as possible here because it's all pretty self-explanatory and I think you can probably figure it all out on your own, but I will point out a few things. This is a Metallophone. This is actually a little toy instrument from Germany. They call it a Metallophone there, but it's actually just a little toy xylophone or toy glockenspiel. This particular one is one that my wife had when she was a kid growing up in Germany in the 1970s. When you first open it up, you'll see four different layers: hits, a pad, reverse hits, and a bowed version of the instrument. You can turn each of these layers on just by clicking the icon or by raising the sliders up and down, obviously. And then underneath it, you can pan the instrument wherever you want it in the mix. We'll start with the hits. There is also a close mic and an ambient mic for the hits and for the reverse hits, and it sounds something like this. And the pad, if you have it on a short attack and a relatively short release, it makes a nice little melodic synth. But if you give it a long attack and a longer release, and then particularly if you play it in the low end, you get a really nice pad out of it. This is what the reverse hits sound like. Again, you have close and ambient mics for these, and they sound like this. Pretty straightforward. And then finally, this is the bowed version of the instrument. I only had a child's violin and child's violin bow, so a really short bow to do this. And also the little metal plates on the Metallophone are really small, so it was very hard to get much of a sound out of it. But once I raised the volume of everything in the mix, it revealed a lot of really nice textures. And again, with a shorter attack and shorter release, you have a little melodic synth. But with a longer attack and a longer release, you start to hear some of these nice textures in it. And if you want to have two of these playing at the same time, you could have this cloudy pad here, kind of pan it to the left, this one in the right, and it sounds like this. All of these effects that you see here are pretty straightforward, nothing special about them. A ring modulator, delay, reverb, high pass, low pass filter. But this tape noise is something special. This is always there for you if you turn it up, and this is actual cassette tape noise. So this first one is a Walkman. That's the sound of a Walkman playing. And this is a full-size tape deck like you'd see in a component stereo system. You don't have to hit a key to trigger these, just turn them up and they are there for you for some nice little added texture. And then finally, these red sections. This is percussion. Again, all made with the Metallophone. It sounds like this. And I spread it across the keyboard in two sections just for playability. The bass drum, or the kick, and this sort of higher kick, also made from the Metallophone, but I had to pitch shift them way down to get a lower sound. Otherwise, everything's pretty clicky. But nice. This is a short swirl sound, and this is a long swirl sound that just loops indefinitely. Again, for some added texture, and you could bring up the tape noise while you're doing that. So, anyway, a lot of different things that you can do with this one little instrument, and I hope you enjoy it.